Hi everyone, how are you? So today I'm filming a video that is a little bit overdue. When I purchased this product, I asked if you guys wanted to see a review and you said yes, and that was like a month ago. But I decided to do one because I've been trying it out for a little while and I know that there are conflicting reviews about this product on YouTube, so I thought I would just give you my 2 cents and throw in why I like or dislike this product. So the product that I'm talking about is the Benefit Stay Flawless 15-Hour Primer, and it is $32, I believe. I actually got mine with my Birchbox points, so it was kind of like I didn't spend my money. I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. So I don't think that I had a super high expectations because it's not like I went and got $32 out of my bank account and spent it. So it's a little bit of a difference. Anyway, this is what it looks like. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It comes in like this little stick form. You take the cap off and it comes with a little white top, which I actually heard keep this because it keeps it from drying out, and mine hasn't dried out so far. I've had it for over a month. So you just pop that off, and this is how much I've used. Actually, I've used, yeah, if you guys can see, that's how much I've used, and it just rolls up like a stick. Mine is actually broken in the way that it doesn't roll back down. I actually have to push it back down, which is kind of annoying, but it's not anything that I can't work with. At least it still rolls up. So I have been using this for a while, testing it out with different foundations, and I thought that I could let you know my thoughts on it now. So I heard that Benefit recommends that you put this on and like a little section of your face and then put your foundation on immediately after and blend them together to create like a nice flawless finish. Now I tried that and it didn't work for me, and let me tell you why. I put this on, but then after that I put concealer on, then I put foundation on, then I put concealer under my eyes, so that might have something to do with it. But when I did it that way, it ended up cakey and splotchy. It like literally it was cakey like on my face, and then there are parts of my face where the foundation just didn't want to seem to stick. So that was the first time I used it and I was like, this costs $32 and it's going to make my foundation look terrible. I was like, this is horrible, and I didn't want to use it again, but I kept trying it. So it didn't work for me that way. So again, I tried it a different way. I tried putting it on, rubbing it in, like really rubbing it into my skin and letting it sit for a little while, and then putting my foundation on, and it worked really well for me. So I would say it just, I'm not sure if it just depends on the foundation you're using, the type of skin you have, but if that application method didn't work for you, try just putting it on your face and rubbing it in really well and letting it sit, and then putting your foundation on, and that might work for you. That's the first thing I want to talk about. The second thing I want to talk about is that it didn't work with my Revlon Color Stay Whipped foundation. For some reason, it still was splotchy and it still was really thick for me. No matter what application method I used, it didn't look good with this foundation. For this foundation, I just prefer a nice like silicone-based primer to just make this go on really smoothly. It did work really well with my Revlon Nearly Naked foundation. This is a really, it's like a runny liquid foundation, and this worked really well. I blended it into my skin, the primer, like make sure it was on there, and then I buffed this in with my Sedona Lace FB07, just like a kabuki brush, and like buffed it into my skin, and it worked really well. It seriously did make my foundation last all day, which was really nice, and so I started liking it a little bit more when I was using it with this foundation and this brush. The finish of this is kind of nice. It glides on really smoothly, and then when you rub it in, it's not sticky, but it has a little bit of like a hold to it. So when you put your foundation on, it does hold your foundation on there really well, but it doesn't give you like a matte finish or a dewy finish. It's a really interesting texture, and I think that, you know, it does work to hold the foundation on there. So it has a little bit of like a stickiness to it, I guess you could say. But it's not heavy. I wouldn't call it super light, like that it glides into your skin. You can feel it on there, but it's not a super heavy feeling. So those are a couple of my thoughts on it. I would have to say for $32, I kind of expected a little bit more out of it. I mean, it did work when I found a way to use it that actually worked for my skin tone and my foundation, but at the same time, when you're spending $32 on a primer, I don't think that you should have to go through the process of trial and error to see if it works. It might just be because I use a lot of products on my face, or I'm just really picky, or my skin type. So maybe if, you know, I had clear skin and I could just put this on and then buff a foundation into it, I might like it a little bit better. But I think that since I require like a really full coverage, like I want a flawless face, I don't think this works for me. If you have the problem with making your foundation last all day, maybe this would work for you. But I did like it, and I'm definitely going to use it. I'm going to use it all up every time that I use my Revlon Nearly Naked foundation, but I would not repurchase it for $32, and I probably wouldn't recommend it to purchase it for $32 just because there are so many foundation primers out there and so many that are less expensive than this one that might work better for you. If you have large pores, I would recommend the Benefit Professional. If you want your foundation to just go on really smoothly, I would recommend the Tarte Clean Slate Poreless. If you just want like a good all-around primer, I really like this Mirabella Prime, which, you know, these are like higher end primers, but they're not $32. Some days I feel like $32 is like a small fortune for me. I don't know, maybe it's not for everybody, and if you have like a disposable income, maybe, but again, when you're spending that much on a makeup product, you want to be sure you're going to love it, and I don't like the fact that I can't use this every single day with whatever foundation or makeup I'm doing and it work for me. It's kind of like a hit or a miss. So I would have to say those are my thoughts on it. Take from them what you will. If you think that it will work for you, definitely try it. If you don't think it will work for you, stay away from it because it's expensive. One thing though, keep this white cap on top because I've seen some reviews of people saying it dried out. Mine's been really good, and I think it might be because I kept this white cap, like I've heard some recommendations. So that is my little review slash my thoughts on this primer, and let me know what you think if you've tried it, or let me know if you have any primer recommendations, and if you guys want any other reviews or just kind of like my thoughts on things, let me know. I would love to do them, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye!